Thank you for your interest in SuperPro Designer. This video will provide you with a brief overview of the features and capabilities of SuperPro. More detailed overview and tutorial videos can be accessed through the videos page of our website. Intelligen was founded in the early 1990s to commercialize technology that had been developed at MIT. SuperPro Designer was our first product, and it was focused on the process simulation needs of the biotech industries. SuperPro was gradually expanded to address the needs of other related industries such as fine and specialty chemicals, pharmaceuticals, food ingredients, mineral processing, water purification, wastewater treatment, air pollution control, etc. The expansion of the scope of SuperPro led to the introduction of SuperPro Designer. SuperPro is a comprehensive process simulator that facilitates modeling and optimization of batch as well as continuous processes. EnviroPro is a subset of SuperPro that focuses on modeling of water purification and wastewater treatment processes. SchedulePro is our second major product. SchedulePro complements SuperPro as a modeling tool for projects involving modeling, design, capacity analysis, and debottlenecking of multi-product facilities that operate in batch and semi-continuous mode. The other role of SchedulePro is to manage such facilities in terms of production planning and scheduling on a day-to-day basis. SuperPro Designer and SchedulePro are integrated, and together they constitute the Intelligen suite. The recipes of batch processes modeled in SuperPro can be readily exported to SchedulePro. This video focuses on the features and capabilities of SuperPro. If you are interested in production planning and scheduling, as well as modeling and debottlenecking of batch multi-product facilities, make sure you also watch the SchedulePro overview video. SuperPro Designer and SchedulePro play a variety of roles throughout the life cycle of product development and commercialization. During the stages of idea generation and process development, SuperPro is used to evaluate and screen alternative technologies and to optimize processes under development. As we move from development to manufacturing, the tools are used to design new facilities, retrofit existing ones, and facilitate tech transfer. Finally, in large-scale manufacturing, they are used for ongoing process optimization, debottlenecking, production planning, and scheduling. So how do you model a process in SuperPro Designer? This is the main interface of the tool. You model a process by developing a flow diagram like the one shown here. The icons which look like equipment are called unit procedures in the language of SuperPro, and they represent the processing steps that the material goes through. The flow diagram is created by selecting the required procedures from the Unit Procedures menu. The unit procedures are connected with streams that represent material flows. Operations are added to a procedure by double-clicking on its icon. Operations represent tasks executed within a procedure. This two-level representation of batch processing steps in SuperPro enables users to model batch processes in detail. In the case of continuous processes, each procedure includes just a single operation, and it behaves like a traditional unit operation. For every operation within a unit procedure, SuperPro includes a mathematical model that performs material and energy balance calculations. Before any simulation calculations can be done, the user must initialize the various operations by specifying operating conditions and performance parameters through appropriate dialog windows. For instance, this is the dialog window of a charge operation that represents the charging of glucose into V101. The user specifies the amount of material based on mass or volume and either the duration of the operation or the charge rate. The composition of the material is specified by visiting the window of the stream that is associated with the operation. Additional information is specified through the other tabs of this window. For instance, through the Scheduling tab, the user links the start or end of an operation to other operations or the beginning of the batch. Since everything in SuperPro is based on material balances, the initialization of operations must be preceded by the registration of materials. SuperPro comes with multiple databanks for pure components and mixtures. In addition, it is very easy to create your own materials. If you double-click on a component, SuperPro brings up a window that displays the properties of that material. After completing the initialization steps, the simulation is performed by clicking on the Calculator button. Here is a list of outputs generated by SuperPro Designer. These include material and energy balances for the entire process, estimation of equipment size and cost, project economic evaluation, including estimation of capital and operating costs, process scheduling and cycle time analysis of batch processes, throughput analysis and debottlenecking, environmental impact assessment, and many reports and charts that provide detailed information on the items above. SuperPro generates several charts that help us visualize the execution of batch processes. For instance, this is the operations Gantt chart. On the left-hand side, you can see the procedures of the process along with their operations. You can also see the duration, start time, and end time of each activity. On the right-hand side, you can see the same information graphically. The dark blue bars represent procedures, and the light blue bars are operations. The primary value of this chart is to help users validate that all the scheduling links of a batch process are meaningful. Another useful chart for visualizing scheduling of batch processes is the equipment occupancy chart. The y-axis lists the equipment items, while the x-axis corresponds to execution time. The bars represent the procedures that take place within each equipment unit. The 8 different colors of bars correspond to 8 consecutive batches of this simple enzyme process. Please note that this process utilizes 4 fermenters operating in staggered mode that feed a single purification line. This reduces the overall cycle time of the process to around 25 hours. The top line represents the occupancy of the single CIP skid, which is used to clean various equipment units. Using this chart, you can readily identify the cycle time bottleneck equipment items because they have the least idle time between consecutive batches. In this example, the fermenters are the current bottleneck since they operate back-to-back. SuperPro calculates and displays demand for various resources, such as materials, labor, and utilities, as a function of time for any number of batches. This graph displays demand for Wi-Fi, or water for injection. The red lines represent instantaneous demand. The blue lines represent averaged demand for 8-hour intervals. The green lines represent cumulative demand for 8-hour intervals, and their values correspond to the y-axis on the right-hand side. Information displayed by such charts is useful for sizing of water purification systems and other utilities of batch manufacturing facilities. If you visit the Videos page of our website and scroll to the bottom of the page, you will find 2 videos that provide detailed information on Wi-Fi system sizing. The throughput utilization indices chart is useful for debottlenecking studies as well as for tech transfer and process fitting projects. This chart shows the capacity utilization of each equipment item in light blue, as well as the time utilization of each item in orange. Multiplying these 2 factors results in the combined utilization shown in purple. The equipment with the highest combined utilization, the fermenters in this case, is identified as the most likely throughput bottleneck. Simulation outputs related to material balances and equipment sizing can be seen on the screen using info tags and by visiting Stream and Equipment dialogues. In addition, the Stream Summary table offers an easy way of tracking material flows. The key economic evaluation results can be seen by visiting the Executive Summary window. More detailed information is provided in SuperPro's reports. SuperPro generates a variety of reports that provide information on material and energy balances, cost analysis, throughput analysis, environmental impact, etc. The reports can be generated in various formats, including PDF, rich text file, Excel, etc. Let's have a quick look at the Economic Evaluation Report. The format of this report is appropriate for greenfield-type projects. The top table displays the executive summary. By scrolling down, we can see information on equipment sizes and costs. These costs are calculated by SuperPro based on the type and size of each equipment item. Alternatively, if you have quotes for specific equipment items, you can enter those values directly into SuperPro. Scrolling down further, we can see the estimates for the fixed capital costs. These values are based on factors that are equipment or process specific and which may be modified by the user or retrieved from the database of the tool. Scrolling down again, we see the costs associated with labor, materials, consumables, waste disposal, and utilities. Finally, we can see the operating cost summary, which totals up the various operating costs, and the profitability analysis, which provides relevant financial metrics for project evaluation. Other financial reports provide a cash flow analysis for the project and an itemized accounting of the various costs by process section and procedure. If you are interested in learning more about SuperPro's cost analysis capabilities, please view the cost analysis tutorial under the training videos page of our website. SuperPro is shipped with more than 60 detailed examples, and new ones are regularly being added. The current example groups shipped with SuperPro are shown here. Each example comes with one or multiple SuperPro files and a README file that describes the process of each example and explains various modeling concepts and results. You can test drive all of the examples by downloading the free evaluation edition of SuperPro Designer from the Downloads page of our website. There is much more to SuperPro than we can cover in this brief introduction. If you would like additional information, please watch the detailed overview and tutorial videos on the videos page of our website. In addition, do not hesitate to contact us for a web presentation on the tool. Thank you for your interest in SuperPro Designer.